What's going on, ladies and gentlemen and ladies? I was about to go home and get up out of here, but for some reason, somebody had to leak some more Jeffrey Epstein stuff. Let me just say this before I play this leaked video, which is completely a fake video. So don't let nobody online, because some of your favorite people are going to be posting us online trying to act like it's real because they want some clicks. But don't let nobody trick you and think this is a real video. But let me say this about Epstein real quick. And I know some of y'all gonna be mad at me, and a part of me do not care. It's almost Christmas. I'm about to get up out of here, and I don't care what you think about me until the new year. But what I will say is that meaning me, because I feel like I don't give a flying flip about this Epstein thing. It's so far as they're not going to jail. So what are we even talking about? We still pushing this Epstein thing that's being literally weaponized. Each side is weaponizing it to do whatever they want to do to you. The Republicans were crying till the cows came home that Epstein didn't kill himself. The Epstein didn't kill himself. Y'all remember that? And now we're in office, and now we got access to all the investigation, and then they saying he did kill himself. The Republicans are. Democrats haven't said nothing about this. And now, because it's politically expedient, the Democrats are now telling us there's some there. We need to investigate. What about the victims? Y'all got to stop buying into this sugar honey iced tea. They playing y'all. Ain't nobody going to go to jail over this Epstein thing. He dead. He in hell right now. And we still pushing it. And people don't want to vote. And they don't like Trump no more because of Epstein. Let's put this clip on the thing before I lose my voice again. Now, you got to be smoking fentanyl with George Floyd to think that this is a real video. But somehow, people have been floating around as if this newly released video, you can look at it and tell it's completely fake. I'll show you pictures of the room, but this is just a little video that I guess that they're surmising how he ended up taking himself out. Allegedly, this came from the government. And this is why people are talking about it. If you look on X, you look on Twitter, everybody's saying the DOJ or something had this on their website, and now it's being disseminated. Most reasonable journalists can look at this and say, yeah, something ain't right about that. And, you know, who knows what happened to Jeffrey Epstein, because I don't know who to trust. What I do know, you just put me on the screen. What I do know is that it's suspicious that the camera's going down and this dude ended up dead. I do know that part. But at the end of the day, who's responsible for it? Did he kill himself? Did he not kill himself? Let's look at some more stuff. Here's a little snapshot, a snippet of his room. I'm assuming this is a real footage clip.
Yes.
And I don't know how one man got all them towels and ropes and bed frames and all kinds in one room. He was on suicide watch. They took him off suicide watch, and now he got all this stuff in his room to hang himself with. I mean, I don't know if he did it or not, but allegedly this is a new dump of information. Let's go to a couple of the clips that they were putting out there with other people in it.
The Hillary clip, please.
Just some of the pictures of them with celebrities. Just play through a couple of these. And this is their smoking gun of Jeffrey Epstein. Michael Jackson in there. Well, that boy look crazy as a mug, but rest his soul. That look like he got a clown face on. Ghislaine Maxwell and them doing what they do probably, and Bill Clinton over there. You know he was slutting it up. I don't even know why we shocked about that. Bill Clinton wasn't the only place he was in. He probably in the street, probably got a picture of him in the strip club. He on the plane with a little, looked like a minor. They got her face covered up. And then my boy Chris Tucker on there, you know. I don't know what we got a video of Chris Tucker talking about this. Let's try to play that video of Chris Tucker. Because I don't know why Chris Tucker decided to do this interview. But it actually makes Chris Tucker look worse than what I've ever thought about it. I don't think Chris Tucker is probably involved or implicated in this whatsoever, right? Never thought about it. Jeffrey Epstein was a dirty dog, and all the dirty dogs was hanging with him, you know, and he was one of those dirty dogs that happened to be everywhere, so everybody knew him. But Chris Tucker, and then I'm going to get the Trump's clip because I think Trump put the icing on the cake on all this. Listen to Chris Tucker talk about him knowing Epstein, and you tell me, do you think Chris Tucker is like in a hostage situation? Is he implicated or not? Roll the clip.
You knew Jeffrey Epstein, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. You know, we flew Bill Clinton and a lot of different. Well, that was a humanitarian trip to Africa, and I met him on that trip because it was his plane. I didn't know who plane we was getting on, but it was a whole bunch of dignitary people. We was with a delegation, and yeah, I met him, and you know, you don't know people what they do in their private lives, so yeah.
But tell me this, Chris. You was on this private plane, and you could tell that it was a private plane because they called it, what is Lolita Express?
Oh yeah, it was a private plane. Yes. Oh yes.
But wait a minute. You didn't never go to that island, did you?
No. I don't know where that thing at. No.
What? I don't know. Is he? This sound like a Chris Tucker actor in a movie playing like a liar. Like that's what it sounds like. I don't know where that thing at. Is that? Now he may have nothing to do with this. It just don't look right. You know, he like seeming super. You know, your kids do something and you go ask them and you like, I know you lying. You ain't even. Oh, the island. I don't even know where that's at. Nobody know where it's at. Nobody asked you to give us the geolocation of the thing. Here's some more pictures of Epstein with some other people. Put them on the screen. All kinds of people knew Epstein, bro. Clinton in all of them, just so y'all know. He probably in all of them. And, of course, they blurred out the people who were allegedly victims. Now, let's listen to Donald Trump real quick. Because I don't care what you think about Trump. And it's crazy because they use this for people to turn on Trump. Listen to what Trump said. And it should clear all of this stuff up for you guys. Roll it.
Thank you, Mr. President. Were you surprised by the number of photos of Bill Clinton in the Epstein files? And can you commit to their full...
What?
And were you surprised by the number of photos of Bill Clinton in the Epstein files? And can you commit to their full release by the end of the year? Some of the victims were protesting that too many of them were redacted.
I know there are a lot of people that are angry about all of the pictures of other people, you know, but I think it's terrible. Look, I like Bill Clinton. I've always gotten along with Bill Clinton. I've been nice to him. He's been nice to me. We've always gotten along. Respect him. I hate to see photos come out of him, but this is what the Democrats, mostly Democrats, and a couple of bad Republicans are asking for. So they're giving their photos of me too. Everybody was friendly with this guy, either friendly or not friendly. But he was around. He was all over Palm Beach and other places. The head of Harvard was his best friend, Larry Summers, and Bill Clinton was a friend of his. But everybody was. I actually threw him out of Mar-a-Lago, and as a person that was in Mar-a-Lago, I threw him out. This is Mar-a-Lago. It's the hottest place I think it's the hottest place in the world, but it's the hottest place in Florida. And everybody would come here. He'd come here. We actually threw him out. But no, I don't like the pictures of Bill Clinton being shown. I don't like the pictures of other people being shown. I think it's a terrible thing. I think Bill Clinton's a big boy. He can handle it. But you probably have pictures being exposed of other people that innocently met Jeffrey Epstein many years ago, and they're highly respected bankers and lawyers and others, and they'll end up, because of guys like Massey, who's a real lowlife, whose polls are down to about 9%, by the way, in the great state of Kentucky. If you look at Kentucky, Kentucky is such a great place, but I don't know, they've got a couple of people on there that are very strange in terms of leadership, but Massey's a loser, and he likes it, and that he works with the Democrats. He's just being used by the Democrats, because what this whole thing is with Epstein is a way of trying to deflect from the tremendous success that the Republican Party has.
And this is what I was worried about too, and Trump had alluded to. Let's go back to that first clip of the CGI thing, that fake clip that everybody's sharing. I mean, it's clearly a fake clip. I mean, it was going around at first as a clip of Jeffrey Epstein actually offing himself, and I knew it was BS because they didn't have any footage of it. And this was the whole case right here. But I guess in some file this was brought up. I don't know if it was because during the investigation they had to try to, do a simulation or some type of recreation of what he may have done to himself in the jail cell. But with the release of this stuff and the hyperbolic behavior around Epstein, people are just releasing all kind of crazy stuff to try to get clicks and to try to act like they found something new. All of the pictures that I've seen says what? This guy, Epstein, was in pictures with everybody. So who's the suspects and who's not? But what they're trying to do, and I agree with Trump on this, is they are just trying to shame people and get people caught up in something, and they may not have had nothing to do with anything. And people are too silly to compartmentalize. And I know this is going to happen. I knew this would happen. And a lot of people were saying that this is the whole crux of it, is that they want to put all this information out here, and people who are, not even involved may accidentally be accused of something because there's somebody in the background and somebody just see Epstein and take a picture like this, and then they go, he must have been messing with a kid. And then a person's whole life is ruined, and nobody's going to try to find out the truth. Nobody's going to find out the truth. Let's go to New York Post reporting on it. Let's pull up New York Post reporting on it. Let's see. It says the DOJ released shocking fake video on Jeffrey Epstein's suicide as part of a file dump. Now, I want to make sure that we articulate this very clearly. A fake video. Even New York Post is being salacious about it. I do not believe whatsoever that this is an intentionally real video that happened to be fake, which means that they faked a video purporting that it's real. This was potentially a video to recreate the scene of what they believe Jeffrey Epstein did.
But if you were recreating the scene, would you need to timestamp the video, the day and time of the incident, if you weren't just trying to make a fake video? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. I think that they would. What they would do is, and this is what I think the video, and this is Grant, so y'all, I don't know if y'all see Grant. It's my producer right here. Boy, he look crazy as heck with that earphone thing on.
Sorry, guys.
Jeff just threw him out there. They didn't give him a warning. But anyway, I think that I'm just trying to put myself in a trial mentality, or if I'm doing investigations.
Yeah.
If you go and you want to present that to a jury, or you want to present that in court, you want to make sure that you timestamp everything so you can recreate the scene fully. So you recreate the time, the date, and you show what would have been the original footage.
I see.
I do not believe that someone working in the FBI or the DOJ or anybody of any investigatory power would be stupid enough to try to pass that off as a real video.
What would you gain from this video coming out?
Oh, nothing. You absolutely gain nothing. I think what happens is that people are so desperate that they are going to try to make it more than what it is. There was a dump of material. This was a material that was in there. This could have probably been a part of the investigation and the presentation of what they believe Epstein may have done, and they had to recreate it with the graphic. Like when you watch some crime shows or whatever, and they do a dramatization of something. And it's in there, probably in the file as a dramatization or a recreation of the scene. It's clear that that's a recreation of the scene. But people want to go viral, so they go, let's just put it out there and type it like this, and then we'll see, and then everybody will believe it's real. And then when it's not real, you say, well, I didn't think it was real or not. It's, I think that's what is unintentionally happening.
Well, wouldn't you, if you were the DOJ, if you were putting out the Epstein files, wouldn't you say recreation? Somewhere in the documentation somewhere.
But the thing is, I don't know if they did it or not.
True.
Uh-oh, he's married. He's married. You better stop.
Uh-oh.
He's married. So it was a recreation. It could have been in the material as a recreation, because I can't find where people are getting the file from. They're just saying that it's a DOJ dump, but I don't have the dump. It wasn't sent to me, or I don't have any paperwork associated. But I'm just looking at the gross material reality of what that ended up representing, and it's nowhere near even attempting to be a real video.
Nick and myself and Dylan were back there looking on the DOJ website, and in the documents that we found, they said it was in data set 8, but we couldn't find anything past data set 7.
Right, because you never know. You never know, Grant. Like, I don't know if people just made this whole thing up.
Right.
To try to get clicks and trying to gain momentum at Epstein. Because to be honest, there's no real there with Epstein. It's really nothing there. And I'll tell you what, it has never been anything that we were either going to ever know or we were going to ever prosecute. They brought him in order for him not to testify. He either killed himself or he was made to kill himself or somebody killed him. He dead.
Yeah.
And we'll never know what really happened. If you ask me what happened to him, I think he actually killed himself. But I think that it wasn't necessarily just his own choice.
So what do you think is up with the missing minute then?
They already articulated the missing minute.
Yeah. So
It's nothing really missing in the minute.
Okay.
What happens is that the system resets at a certain minute point, and it reset every morning or something like that. Every 24 hours it reset. So there's a reset period. It's not really a missing minute. But
Okay.
people saw it glitch on the original video, and then they come out and they go, look, a minute is missing.
Sure.
There's not really a minute missing. It's just that the system, for whatever reason, resets at a certain time, and then it jumps. So there's nothing there. Listen, as far as that, but somebody's involved in it. It's not like he was just there and he was like, you know what? It's a good time to kill myself in here.
Right.
No, it's a lot more going on. Like, somebody could have killed him. I don't know. I wasn't there. But I don't think it was something of the effect of somebody outside the jail sneaking in there and killing him.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it was an inside hit.
Has to be.
I think somebody inside the prison system, maybe because he was a prolific pedophile, they said, we need to hit this dude. And on the inside, the cameras go down. And nobody knows. And then somebody got in the cell and killed him and left out of the cell, and nobody saw nothing happen. And the person is not coming from outside. There's no outside communication necessary because they probably hit him from within the jail. Or he actually killed himself. I mean, there could be a reason for him to kill himself, right? I mean, this guy was making money somehow. Nobody really know how he was making money, bribing people or whatever he was doing. This guy was super famous. He was popular, had a crazy penthouse. He's with all the women, even the ones he shouldn't been with. And the thought of going to prison for the rest of your life, sitting in a cage, in a box, and you are rich, and you, like, some people can't handle that. And so there could have been a possibility he like, look, I'm not finna spend the rest of my life in prison. There's no way I'm getting out. I'm dead to rights. They got all the evidence. I'm gonna kill myself. That could be a possibility as well.
Or he knew he was in serious danger of being killed, and he was like, well, I'm
Right.
not going to let anybody else kill me.
100%. That could have been the case too. Like, I think they could have given them an ultimatum. I mean, how do we know? They could have said, you better kill yourself, or we're gonna have Big Tony come in there and kill you.
For sure.
What you want? And when Big Tony come in, they're gonna rape you and kill
Yeah,
you.
it's not a good
so
time.
you either smother yourself. We'll turn the cameras off so nobody know. You either smother yourself with this little cord, or we're gonna come in there and gang up on you. Wow. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but what I'm saying is that people, we need to stop going so hard about this. Like, Steve Bannon was in a video. Pull a clip up of Steve Bannon in a video. I mean, a picture with Jeffrey Epstein. Now, the funny thing is, and I don't know if you guys have ever seen this picture, but I had never heard Steve Bannon mention that he had any association with Jeffrey Epstein. I've never heard Steve Bannon say, yeah, I was in a picture. Now, I don't watch all this stuff, so Steve Bannon could possibly have said to his audience that's faithfully watching him that, yeah, I took a picture with Epstein. I haven't seen him really talk about that anywhere. These people, like, look at this for a minute. And I'm not trying to bash Steve Bannon because he's kind of like being quasi anti-Semitic, but they in a room somewhere. That look like the mirror inside of a room. That's not the lobby. So these dudes are like, they like hanging out together. And so at some capacity, Steve Bannon knew Jeffrey Epstein. If these pictures are real, I believe they're real. I don't have any reason to think that they're not real.
Can you go back to the one of them in the mirror? How many pictures like that with guys have you taken?
I ain't never in my life took a picture.
That's
with
what I'm saying. In a hotel room?
I ain't never in life took a picture with my brother in a mirror. And that's my brother. You know, your brother, you grow up together. We were really little. You know, we run around naked and everything. So I seen my brother naked before. I still ain't in a picture with my brother, like taking a picture like that.
No.
I mean, but I will say this, even though it's weird, it may be harmless, right? But these same Republicans were the ones pushing it, that it was so much there, and then we got to know all this, and the Democrat, because God is my witness, they thought it was all Democrats.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the way I took it. Jeffrey Epstein and these dirty Democrats were doing stuff they wasn't supposed to be doing, and in these pedophile rings, and it's all Democrats. I didn't see or hear anybody propose or purport that it was Republicans. And now that the stuff come out, you see Republicans all in these pictures. Now, are y'all willing to say everybody in the picture is doing something wrong? Then you have to implicate Trump.
Right.
Then you have to implicate Steve Bannon.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to implicate all these other people that's in the picture. Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Now, Michael Jackson.
He was already implicated, man.
I don't know what Michael Jackson. Do I think Michael Jackson really messed with them kids? I don't think Michael Jackson. I think Michael Jackson was just an abused boy that was still living in his mind as a kid. Now, I don't know. I could be wrong. I didn't watch all the evidence.
Well, there's a whole conspiracy world out there of people that say Michael was protecting the children.
And to be honest, he could. I mean, who knows?
Sure.
People want to make money, bro.
Big time.
Nobody's trying to get Michael Jackson if he was broke. Nobody be even talking about it. People would love to say Michael Jackson touched their kids. You brought your kid over to Wonderland. Like what? Like at what point are you complicit? It's like R. Kelly.
Oh yeah.
Like people are making love to R. Kelly's music, and you take your daughter. You making love to the same music, this guy, and you let your daughter go over his house.
Nope.
The man that says the Pied Piper.
Nope.
He talking all kind of, touching on your booty and all kinds of, and you let your kid go spend a night over R. Kelly house because he's gonna make her famous.
Yeah.
If he go to jail for messing with your kid, you need to go to jail for prostituting your kid out. And then what do they do when it all come out and it's all convenient? They go, he did this to my kid. I want money.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying R. Kelly didn't mess with nobody he shouldn't. That's why he in jail. But I'm saying a lot of other people are dirty.
What do you think like percentage-wise, do you think did the people that knew Jeffrey Epstein, do you think there was an inkling that he was up to no good? Or do you think most of the people that hung out with him, like 70%, 80% knew he was bad dude?
I think 80 to 90% of people knew Jeffrey Epstein was a weirdo.
Really?
Like, I know people in the movement right now that weirdos. I just think they don't know to what degree.
I see.
You hang around a dude that you're like, how this dude making money? Like, how is he doing this? I ain't never seen. He ain't work no job. What is he doing? He kind of sneak talking. He always talking dirty to women and trying to touch women. And all the women are like, this dude is weird. So everybody around him knew that he's a weirdo. But some people are like, he a weirdo, but I can get on this private jet and go here to here.
For sure.
Or I can, maybe he donate to me or do some stuff with me and I'll take his money, but he's a weirdo. But then there was a remnant of people who knew he was a weirdo, and they also knew a little bit about what he was doing. Because some of them was probably getting in with him. Like, I think Epstein was like P. Diddy in the white man world.
For sure.
Right? He's the white man P. Diddy.
Completely agree with that.
He probably was like CIA asset too, but I think for the most part it was like P. Diddy stuff, where this dude was just the plug to freaky stuff for people. He had Epstein Island. I mean, there could be some minors there, but it may not have been. He just could get people to his island. It's free. These people want to do freaky stuff. He set you up with freaky women. And you go to the plug to get I'm not saying this is 100% true, but that could be all that he was really doing. And people were paying him to have access to all the stuff. Now, I will say this because people in the comment section are like, yeah. He could have also been working with the gut. Like, for instance, Epstein could have been B. Diddy, right? Way back in the day, doing nasty stuff. The creepy guy that's getting massages and want the young girl to touch him on his butt and do something
Like
weird.
just on his own.
On his own,
just
bro.
on his own, having that experience.
But he got caught.
Yep.
And they
Compromised.
turned him, and they could have turned him into an informant, where they like, you do this, you know other people that's doing it. Yeah, man, they all doing this. Like they asking me to get the girls to come to there. Oh, is that right? Okay, all right, we'll sign you up. Now you're an informant. Now you go out and do your little stuff, but then you showing us who else is in the line, or talk to this person and see if they with it. Invite them to this party. Invite them to the island and see if they, and then these people probably was coming and doing it. Now, I don't think they let them harm girls, but they may have got them in some pictures with the girl in the background.
I see.
And they like,
yeah,
we got you. You in a picture with girls. You can't deny that we could say you did whatever. These girls in the picture with you. What you gonna say now? These are minors.
Did you watch the Diddy documentary?
I didn't.
There's an interesting thing that happens in '92 where Diddy did a Heavy D charity basketball tournament in New York, and 9 people were trampled.
God dang.
9 people, I think, was the number. It was either 9 or 11, something like that. But I think that was the moment for Diddy where he became an asset. Because like if you kill 9 people and it's your event, you're in big trouble. You're not making hit records for the next 10 years.
Yeah, right. You be in prison.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you rapping on that jail phone. You got 1 minute left. You know, no, I agree with you, man. Like I think it's we don't know. Because if he was a CIA asset, we will never know. That's the point of being an asset to the CIA.
You don't think that'll ever come out?
No.
Even if it like 50 years from now?
No.
I guess we still don't have any JFK stuff. So why would we have
it's
Epstein?
it's never gonna like when they sign you up, they make sure that they never get caught. It's like people that say he was a Mossad did this. Well, if Mossad did it, you'll never know they did it. That's the point.
What I hear people say that, and I pretend I understand I know what it means. But if he was a Mossad agent, what would that entail? Like, what would that be? He's blackmailing for Israel?
Yeah. Wow. If he was working for Mossad, then Israel would be using him to get blackmail on powerful people in every country.
I see.
Presidents and all this stuff. So then whenever you come to the table and you go, Israel, we're gonna cut your funding. And have a meeting with Netanyahu real quick.
Ooh.
Take you in the room. Are you gonna cut the funding?
Here's the tape.
How much funding are you gonna cut? This right here is worth $3.8 billion.
For sure.
Oh, it wasn't DOJ anymore. No, you keep it. You could keep it up. Just identify that it was BS.
Where was it? I'm sorry, I didn't have the talk back. What did he say? It wasn't DOJ?
It wasn't DOJ. It was all made up.
Shocker.
But let me tell you this, because they wanted the MAGA to go in a frenzy.
Oh, yeah.
This is why they did it. I'm telling. I said this at the beginning of the show, and y'all work with a genius a little bit. Maybe I'm more like a mad scientist. But Donald Trump is right about this, dude. Like, people are overplaying this Epstein thing for nefarious reasons. Because instead of talking about things that matter to the American people, we still talking about Epstein. Right. Like, do we want to know if we were pedophiles? Yeah, we hope they all go to prison. I wish they could just, burn them alive, doing stuff like that to children. I'm trying not to get banned on here, but if that was the case, everybody wants them to be prosecuted. But that ain't going to put food on somebody's table.
True.
That's not going to change the economy. That's not going to make health insurance better. That's not going to stop crime in the street. To be honest, American people don't give, like the average person don't give a about Epstein.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a lot of conservatives that are just overdoing it, dude. This dude may not even been as crazy as we think it was. It may not have been that deep. Let's just say he wasn't a CIA asset. All possibilities are out there. He may have been.
Sure.
Let's just say it wasn't. What do we have here? P. Diddy. R. Kelly. Mr. Jello. What's his name?
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. We got the same freaky, nasty fools with money that can pay for sex and manipulate people into doing it. We have a Harvey Weinstein. Like, that's all this ends up being. But people are willing to, like, disavow Trump. I don't support him anymore because he won't release the files. Ain't nothing on the files. I mean, it's nothing. Nobody's going to jail.
So do you think there's tapes? Do you think there's salacious honeypot style tapes?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Neither.
At one point, when the Republicans, Dan Bongino, Kesh Patel, the people who are in office right now,
Yep.
when they were saying all this stuff, you like, dude, the Epstein file is going to be crazy. And then they get in the office and it's like,
Redacted.
there's nothing there.
It's just
And then redacted information about stuff that was already released before. Like, what do we have? It's starting to make me think we got another 2020 election thing going on where they say we got a smoking gun. We got evidence that Donald Trump is gonna be the president again. Not to say that they didn't steal it. I think they stole it. But that y'all didn't got the evidence you told us y'all had.
right.
Y'all said you got the smoking gun. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump is good. Steve Bannon then was saying, Donald Trump will be the president of the United States of America. I guarantee it. Oh, they put their platform on it, hand on a Bible, and they didn't never show none of the evidence they claimed they had. Mm-mm. And that's coming from somebody that knew they cheated. You know what I mean? Donald Trump won 3 times in a row. But y'all out here lying and saying y'all out here doing nonprofits, talking about build a wall, and y'all taking all that money and doing what you want to do with it. You know, it's Epstein stuff is just the same, bro.
So I have a question. If Epstein, if this is a distraction, if this video coming out this time of year is a distraction, this whole Epstein dump, what is it a distraction from?
I think it could be a multitude of things.
Okay.
And it's hard for me to put my finger on it.
Sure.
Because there's a part of me that thinks it's a distraction from Trump's accomplishments. Because think about it, who did it hurt more, the Democrats or Donald Trump at this whole Epstein controversy? It was Donald Trump.
Right.
Now people are pissed off at him, and they mad. They don't want to even support him anymore. Like, I could see that the Democrats were leveraging that, using ignorant Republicans to leverage it to hurt Trump. Because when they were in office, why they didn't put nothing out?
Yeah, why not?
Why
that would be day one. First thing I would have done.
They didn't even talk about it.
No, they didn't.
They did nothing. And then all of a sudden, Trump is in office, and it's like, we need to release the Epstein files. And then they know it's nothing there because the Democrats knew it wasn't nothing there. That's why they didn't say nothing about it.
Right.
And then we go into rigmarole, and now Trump is hated, and then now we're getting ready to end the year. Mm-hmm. People are going into the Christmas season. Donald Trump just came out with that live video, We Tricked the Nation. We thought he was going to tell us that we were going to war. He came out and talked about the economy and the things that he's done. And now they want Epstein because what's happening? There's no real estate there, so they release a fake video to get everybody talking about Epstein again.
Wow.
And Donald Trump, and like they just dumped all the pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
Donald Trump ain't in none of them pictures.
And the ones I've seen are clearly fake Photoshop. Yeah.
So it's like, who's really getting tricked here? And I think it's more Republicans getting tricked. And the Democrats are sitting back watching and laughing at us killing each other over a guy who is dead.
What should people look for in the, like, when you're on the internet and you see a video of Jeffrey Epstein, oh, here's the suicide footage. What are your telltale signs? Because you've sent me some videos in the past. You sent me a video of Tucker last week, and I was like, I can't believe he said that. And you were like, it's fake, brother. And I was like, what do you look for? What do you think people should look for when they look at the videos on the internet to see if they're fake?
Look, man, if it's too juicy, you gotta look into it. When I saw Tucker saying all that stuff on that video, and I'm like, yeah, the first part sounded like Tucker because he's an idiot. And then he started talking about Candace Owens seeing dreams, and I'm like, I get the joke.
Okay.
I get the trope. No way in the world Tucker would ever admit that he's that wrong and allude to Candace Owens' dreams and stuff.
Sure.
And then him saying that he went to Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I said, yep, it must be weird. And so I went back and looked at it, and I looked at his lips, and I said, I listened to the patterns of how he talks, and I go, it transitioned to his voice to be an AI, like right here.
I see.
And therefore, when I saw the thing where the video came out, Nick came in here, and they were like, breaking news, Epstein did this, and I said, The whole reason we here today is because they didn't have any video footage.
Right.
And if there's video footage that actually existed, and somebody had possession of that, and now they're just releasing it, the world will catch on fire. And I didn't think that the DOJ or anybody would fake it, because it's not worth faking
Why
it.
and why would they? What do they have to gain if somebody finds out it's fake and they made
It's
it?
even worse.
It's way worse. Yeah.
And it's impossible to fake it because, you got to have real people. Like if you refilmed it with a real person in there and you recreate the thing and you show a guy killing himself, you go, we found a real video. Maybe they can fake it like that, but you got to put real humans in there. You can't do CGI and AI and all that stuff. It's not going to work. But people did it for a reason. There must be something coming out next, or must something big going to happen, right? Hope it's not a terrorist attack.
Do you think that's a possibility?
Dude.
With all this January 1st talk.
Dude, when I was talking to Sarah Adams, I was like, oh, sugar honey iced tea. Like we're kind of like screwed in the interim. Like meaning that there's some catastrophic that's going to happen inevitably.
Why do you say inevitably?
Because we've set ourselves up for it to happen.
Sure.
There's thousands of jihadists in this country right now, plotting, planning. We already thwarted a few.
Yeah, in California. Wasn't it in California?
Yeah, it was California. So they was testing, blowing up thing in the middle of the desert. We thwarted a few, but like we can't stop all of them.
That was 8 people.
That was only 8.
Yeah, 8 people.
And they look like blue-haired devils. We're not even talking about the sophisticated, indoctrinated sleeper cells who are. And so I'm like, maybe this Epstein thing is to distract people on this while they over here getting ready to do an attack. They got the country looking this way, and they attack this way.
So they can sneak in
and do it, and everybody's attention is off of it, so their guard is down. They're talking about and thinking about Epstein and all this stuff, and they're not being vigilant about the terrorist attacks or potential terrorist attacks.
Because Sarah Adams said it was going to be airlines, right?
She said it's going to be all kinds of stuff.
Like about 4,000.
Air, ground. They're going to try to attack everywhere. They're going to try to bring planes down. They're going to try to do all this. Now, if she knows it, that means our government knows it. The question is, can we stop them? And I'm more optimistic that we can stop them from getting the airplanes, but some of the hand-to-hand combat stuff on the ground is like, it's not that hard to do.
No.
It's really not that hard to do, bro. Like an average citizens, you put 5 citizens together and they work together to set up something. I mean, they can do a lot of damage before anybody will get. I mean, I'm not trying to give them ideas, but like America don't know the snake in the grass yet.
Right.
This can be catastrophic to the point where we don't have police resources. Like for instance, if you're to call in just say you did a crime, just say you had one guy over here, he go and shoot a couple people at this place, boom, boom, boom. That's a mass shooting call is nearly everybody in the police department is heading in that direction. Everybody. They're all going in that direction. It's a major level 1 multiple shoot. They got everybody going in that direction.
What happens if there's another crime that happens? So you can.
Boom. Everybody going here. Boom. There's one happened over here. Oh, wait a minute.
No.
Some of y'all got to go here. Some of y'all got to go here. We don't have enough resources. 2 more happen on another side of the city. We don't have the resources. Now we got to call agencies from the county, and we got to get on the proper frequency and connect, and we need SWAT teams, and you could cover a whole city, and then you think about the ambulance and the response vehicles. They don't have enough hospitals and responses for mass casualty in multiple locations. We just don't have the manpower to do that. And if somebody does it on a major scale, we don't even have timeliness to deploy the military. Like it takes time to get the National Guard into the country and active. Like
because they're on standby, but they're not standby ready.
I don't think they're walking around with guns in their hands.
No.
I think that they probably got to go and check out firearms and They got to get equipment and they got to deploy with some type of strategy. They can't just be like, every National Guard is reserve, put your gun belt on and go wherever you can get work. I don't think they happen like that. They gotta legitimately get deployed. There has to be a deployment. And I don't know, guys in the military know how quickly it can happen, but I don't think it's that quick. Wow. It's not gonna be like 5 or 10 minutes.
No way. It's
gonna be a long time. And if you got people that got their mind made up, they don't care about blowing themselves up and ramming stuff, and it's multiple 10, 15, 20 people at a time. I mean, what happened in Israel, a lot of people are like, I don't know how that happened in Israel. It was 7,000 people. It was 7,000 Hamas soldiers attacked at one time.
I didn't know that.
People did not know it was 7,000 of them.
7,000.
7,000 of them.
And they just
They came through. They flew over. They went through this. They went through here. It was like 7,000 of them.
No kid.
And that's why it took them.
I didn't realize
hours because they did get confronted by IDF in the area and local law enforcement.
But how many people was that?
That was like not enough. They couldn't hold them back, so they overtook them, and then they started going to caboose and just killing random people, and then they started taking people out, and it was so many soldiers that they didn't prepare for that type of violence. They could have handled like 15, 20 of them.
But if you live in a city, like how would you?
It was like the entire border. It wasn't just it was the kibbutz all across the border of Gaza. So they had so much real estate. All of them jumped on it, in the parades, and it was out of control, bro. And it was way crazier than what people thought. No excuse for it, because I don't really know if they still could have had a bad response. I don't know, or Netanyahu could have been a part of it.
Oh, because that's what people were critical about.
They were saying the response time, which is like, yeah, it does seem very shocking because Israel is small, but they're on a certain holiday, Rosh Hashanah,
right.
and it's on a Sabbath, and I talked to the IDF soldiers, and their deployment was they had removed their troops from the south because they didn't feel like there would be conflict in the south. They brought all their resources to the north because Hezbollah was trying to attack from the north.
Right.
And so they had the resource and attention in the north, and then they strategically attacked them on the Sabbath. And they weren't prepared, and they definitely weren't prepared for all those Hamas soldiers, killing and pillaging people and all that. So it took them a while, man. I think it should be investigated, or whatever, to make sure, but I think a lot of it was that. And that's kind of like our thing. We got all these people coming in through the border by the hundreds of thousands, and there's tens of thousands of them are probably terrorists. Now you got some that get picked off. Some of them are gonna be cowards, and some of them may want to activate.
Do you think people have a point, like people that come here, immigrants? Do you think they have a point of national pride where if they got an order, they would follow that order? Like, I mean, like if it's just like random citizens who maybe are like kind of political.
Yeah.
Do you think they're to the point where they could weaponize those people? Because like
weaponize every citizens
like let's say Somalians, because it's like hot right now. Is that a potential thing that could happen where they could say
no, they couldn't do it at a mass level. They can do it at a militant level, which means that they can have a remnant of people in that.
Sure.
I don't think people are not willing to mass die like
for their country.
They're like the Somalians. Like if you think that they'll just bum rush a certain area and take over the city, and I just think a lot of people, when them rounds start firing and people start dropping, and not a lot of people love their God enough to push through that and get their kids hurt. So, well, I hope so. But I think they could. It's just hard because there's a lot of Somalian people I think that are like, they really don't want no smoke. They just coming over here to get a better life, and they're gonna cheat the system because it's like, think about this: if you and I, just say America got completely taken over and it became a third world type country, everybody eating out trash cans and stuff, and it's like if you can make it to Canada, you can get some stuff. You like, I don't have a loyalty to Canada. I'm not Canadian.
Yeah,
I don't care about their government system. I'm gonna go over there and make money.
I can go to Canada and get a free debit card for food,
right? And just say you don't have no loyalty to Canada. You don't even really like Canadians or like Canada as a whole. Why would you care about stealing money from the government?
You wouldn't. Yeah, you're right.
And these people are looking at the government like, you guys got $30 trillion in debt. Like, you're not gonna miss this money. I'm not saying it's right. I hope they all get deported and go to prison.
Sure.
But like, people got to understand that, like, they may not all be super crazy to do that. Americans do it all the time. When I was growing up, people stealing food stamps and buying food stamps, putting other people's kids on their taxes, and doing fraud all over the place. Credit card, dude, come to your house with a list like this, buy credit card numbers.
Oh yeah.
You like, that's American citizens. Imagine foreigners coming here with no connection to America. They don't even care about our culture.
Yeah.
They're just going over there rigging the system, and so a lot of those people pretty don't have the guts to like really be militant.
Sure.
They just over here scamming, just like everybody else scamming. You know what I mean? It's just like, dude, big corporations scam too. I mean, so I'm not trying to be a leftist, but like Bernie Madoff was scamming like a mom.
Oh, brother, no kidding.
Billions of dollars, just him by himself, billions. You think ain't other people? It's people scamming right now, doing Ponzi schemes and all kind of crypto. People gambling. People scamming and scamming and they scamming and they scamming, bro. So scamming is in the nature of humanity. The thing is that if you ain't an American citizen, you dang sure shouldn't be scamming in our country.
Right. Agreed.
But anyway, I think we, you know what, we ought to have a show together.
I love it, man. Let's do it.
It's easier to talk to somebody than to be talking about myself here.
It's all get a better tan next time. So
Yeah,
we match.
He did
better.
shave
Yeah,
though.
dude, I
just
did
so you
shave,
gotta know,
yeah.
he looked like a werewolf most of the time. He did shave.
Thank you for letting me shoehorn myself into this. Too,
Oh yeah,
by the
yeah,
way.
no
I
problem.
appreciate it,
No
Brandon.
problem.
I'm a big fan.
Hey, audience, I'll let you guys be the judge. Y'all like that conversation? Now, I was probably talking way too much, but did y'all enjoy it? Comment in the comment section if you enjoy it. Just write Grant if you think Grant should be more of a prominent part of the show. Just write Grant in the comment section. I'm not looking. Y'all tell me in the control room. Are they writing Grant? Or are they saying
Thumbs down.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
they probably writing Grant? They said they need a little more. Literally every person that said Grant.
Oh, that's cool. Well,
right,
thanks, guys. It's good to meet all you. Hello.
Dude, it's easy for me. You asking me credit, help me do a show. Come on, Grant.
Well, I also, it's fun because I produce the show, and half the time I kind of don't really know what's going on. So it's a good way to find out. I love it.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. What'd you say? Oh, no, I haven't fired Nick yet. I mean, I'm sorry.
Whoa.
No, I'm not going to fire Nick. Y'all need to know one thing about Nick. Nick is probably the most loyal. I didn't say probably. Nick is the most loyal person probably in this whole build. Nick be on here on the weekends. He came last weekend. He on the weekend. He's sick. He can be dead from his grave. He going to be editing videos in his grave. Rolling in there, editing.
You get a casket with an editor, dude. Yeah.
Coming from the heavens, he gonna be his spirit gonna come in here and start editing and stuff. So we ain't gonna let Nick go unless he quit or something. And I'm gonna sue him if he quit. No, I'm just playing. All right, I think we talked about Epstein good enough. I got to go to my kids' little CrossFit thing. They got a cool CrossFit thing for kids. Just so if y'all got your kids, get them in CrossFit for kids. I ain't gonna tell you the name of it because I don't want y'all showing up nowhere. But anyway, I think we good. God bless you guys. Big shout out to Grant for coming on.
Thanks, Brandon.
We'll see y'all on the next one. We out of here.
Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave. I'm a proud American from